Are we live? Hello, hello. Check 1 2. Can you hear me? Check 1 2. I hope so. If you get in chat and you can't hear me, you better say something. Today, we're going to be cooking some sweet soy chicken and rice bowls. The ingredients for this: green beans, garlic that I've already shredded, lime, sweet soy glaze comes in this, chicken cutlets, wonton strips, white rice, and sesame seeds. I'm very excited to get into cooking today, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. So let's get down to cooking. All right. So first things first, we're going to be using the oven. We're going to preheat it to 450 degrees, and we're going to end up putting the green beans in there. So we're just going to get that started really quick. Over time, I'm trying to get these streams improved. It sometimes can be hard for me to tell how well it's functioning, especially FPS wise. So I've played around with the bit rate for this one and changed the FPS, bumped it up. But it's hard to say. The last stream, I got cut off in the middle of it. So you guys never even got to see the finished product of that, but you know, we still ball. But what I like to do, you know, in the image it shows put the green beans directly on the pan. I'm not doing that. I've learned my lesson too many times, and I use aluminum foil every time. It just, I don't know. Sometimes it's like I can't avoid burning it or whatever it is. It always sticks to it, and it's just much easier with the aluminum foil on there. Do that. I usually have to do like 2 sheets because it doesn't cover the whole thing. That could potentially be a new good purchase. Some sort of like aluminum foil that actually covers like all of the pans. So like this, I have to do like 2 separate sheets because I have to do this, and then I have to cover this part. So aluminum foil troubles, you know? So, yes, the green beans. I'm going to grab my kitchen scissors. They're somewhere in here, somewhere. They exist somewhere, yes. Here they are. They're actually in here. Having a good pair of kitchen scissors, I've talked about this in other streams, but having a good pair of kitchen scissors is key and essential to any good chef. So what I'm going to do is I want to wash these. I'm going to grab this thing. A little strainer. And then I'm just going to wash them. Sure, that'll do. And now that they are washed, we'll throw that one out. Wash. I'm going to cut the ends off of them with a knife. This knife is what I'm using to cut them, all right? Okay. I'm actually not even sure, like, you have to cut the ends, but I think it's force of habit for me now, and I just feel like it's better this way. Takes that little bit of extra time, but I don't know. There's something about cutting the ends that makes it cleaner, I guess. So I don't know if you guys have been doing any looking at the Game Awards that is coming up on Thursday. I'm debating on whether I should do a stream for it or not, or if I'm going to watch it. I'm not even sure what time it's at. But it looks like Expedition 33 is going to end up just like sweeping it. I don't know if you guys have played Expedition 33, but it is a really good game. And it's pretty deserved for if they win. I was seeing some talk that on another, I don't know if you guys know Co Carnage, but he has a podcast, or him and some other people, and they were talking about the Game Awards, and a lot of them were not big fans of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And I think it's crazy. I've been playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I think it's one of my I could see it, maybe not game of the year over Expedition 33, but it is a really, really good RPG game, and I think it should win the RPG category. If you really like a realistic paced game, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is for you. Like, there is so much in it and so much to explore. And yeah, I just highly recommend it. In other news, the Streamer Awards happened. I saw clips of it. I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched clips, mainly was watching kind of the Burnt Peanut, who I think is probably the best streamer out there right now. And he won Best VTuber of the Year, and I think he won Streamer of the Year. But I'm curious about what your guys' thoughts are on that. All right, I gotta look at the instructions here. Toss green beans on a baking sheet with a drizzle of oil, salt, pepper, and sesame seeds. So I gotta grab my oil. I'm gonna have to get my handy dandy brush, which exists probably in my dishwasher. So we're gonna be doing this manually because I have not washed the dishes from yesterday. That works. And then maybe I should bring you guys closer. You can actually see what I'm doing here. Maybe. Sure. So this is what I'm doing for the oil. Normally brush it, but I'm going to be honest with you. We're just going to free ball it and hope for the best. Ka-chow, kablang. We're going to put salt and pepper on this stuff. I feel like the vegetables are the hardest part to get right when I'm cooking. It's either like, it's so easy, it feels like, to overcook them or undercook them. And to get it like just right is an art. Put a little salt. And then I gotta grab pepper. Some pepper. And the sesame seeds. Come in this nice little packet. I think I'm just going to use all the sesame seeds. Why does it feel like that this is not prepared as well as it should be? Maybe I should have spread the oil out more. I feel like I put all this salt and pepper on here and like none of it stuck and it's all just underneath it. So we have 1 minute for the preheat to go. So while we're still waiting for that preheat, that's what's going to go in there for about 10, 12 minutes. We also got to be making our rice. So looking at the top of our stove here, I'm going to need a pot for the rice. It's going to be rice, 1 1/4 cup water, and a pinch of salt. So, if you don't mind me, excuse me, I'm gonna grab a water. Measuring cup here. I like to be very precise. I am typically not much of an eyeballer when it comes to cooking. We're ready to put it in the stove. It's going to take about 10, 12 minutes. We're going to put the green beans in the stove. Like that. Put a little timer. We'll do 11 minutes because if it says 10 to 12, always do the middle number. It's always my motto, at least. And now we do the rice. I remember one time in college, I was living in the dorms, and somebody talked about how, I guess, difficult it was to cook rice. And I think that was crazy. At the time, I didn't know how to cook. I still kind of barely know how to cook, but I'm learning. Part of the reason I'm kind of streaming it too. And I don't know. I remember him talking about how, like, because he used to, like, make rice, and I don't know. He was really obsessed with rice and whatever. Doesn't matter. Talked about how difficult it was to make, and I'm just like, now that I know how to make rice, I'm like, rice is not that hard. As long as you kind of have the right measurements, you know. So we got the rice, water, and get our pinch of salt here. Watch this drizzle. Can you even see it? Oh yeah, you can see it. A little bit of pinch of salt. And we got to bring it to a boil, and then we're going to cover it and reduce it to a low simmer for about 15, 20 minutes. So while this is coming to a boil, there's inside the bowl. Isn't that fancy? While this is coming to a boil, we got to get our chicken prepared. Come over here. So, what do we need to do to prep our chicken? We're going to have to cut this open, which I usually do like over the sink so that all the juices go in there and not on top of my awesome cutting board, cutting mat, whatever you want to call it. Boom. Look at all that juice in there. If someone tipped, oh, there's a chatter. What's your cooking level? Should have tossed them in a bowl first. Tossed what? You talking about the green beans? Dude, my chat is so small on this thing. Drink it. I will drink it okay, guys, if you tip me 100 subs or $100, I will drink it. And you got 2 minutes. No, actually, I'm sorry. 5 seconds. Oh, you guys missed it. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. How do I do that? I don't. Oh, so you're on YouTube. So it's. I don't think I have panels on YouTube, but on Twitch, there is like a donate button. Welcome to stream, Frankenstein. Welcome to the stream. So, all right, back to the cooking. So our chicken. I'm going to need to pat this chicken with some paper towels. What I like to do. I don't know if you've noticed my little cutting board mat here. I love this thing. It is my absolute favorite. Instead of having to use all these like teeny tiny cutting boards everywhere, I just have this. And it's easy to wipe down and wash and doesn't get like your main counters dirty. It's awesome. One of the best purchases I made. It looks like our rice is starting to come to a boil. Look at that. You see that boiling? That means we're going to have to reduce it to a simmer and then cover it. And then we let that sit for, I don't know, 15 minutes or something. 15, 20 minutes or so. I dig the mat. What's the link? I don't know. So there you go. I don't know. I've got it on Amazon, and I think I just looked up like cutting board mat or something like that. The only thing you have to think about though is that it kind of like it stains a little bit. Like there's just kind of no avoiding that, but it's really not that bad. It makes me feel like I'm in like a restaurant again, and I just like, you're wiping it down and that's it. All right, chicken. We got 5 more minutes, I think, on the green beans, and the rice is kind of just started. So, yeah. Okay, salt, pepper, and then we're going to end up putting this in a pan. And talking about my last stream, there was such like my fire alarm went off in it, which I was flabbergasted. Because nothing was really burning. I just think my fire alarm is super sensitive. And I don't know. But it got cut off. I don't know what happened to my stream last time. It cut off in the middle of it. Maybe my phone overheated. I don't know. But my goal this stream is to have my FPS be at least a little bit better than before and actually have it run. What about the microplastics? What, are you a conspiracy theorist? No, I don't know. I don't know. Seasonal heaters of oil. Okay, we're just getting a pan and putting chicken in it with some oil. So let me grab that. This is what we're gonna end up cooking in here. Boom. And I use olive oil for like everything. But obviously we need to turn this on first. So while this heats up, medium high it says. What do you guys, so I debate this all the time. What is medium high? Because the dials go from like low to high, but it looks like high is essentially 10 and low is 1. So medium high, my estimates are like, it's like 6, 7. Yeah? You feel me, chat? You feel me? 6, 7? Okay. All right, well, this is going to heat up. We're putting it on 6, 7, and then we're going to let that kind of still heat up. We got 2.5 minutes left on the green beans before we check on them. And then we're going to cook the chicken about 5 to 7 minutes per side. And then after the chicken, I think we're making a sauce. Yes. Kind of like a little soy sauce. Soy glaze, sweet soy glaze and water. With some lime, but I'm debating on using this lime or not because boo. This lime is, I don't know. How do we feel about this lime, chat? Is this lime okay to use? I'm going to end up kind of squeezing it into the sauce we make later. But, you know, I don't know. Sometimes I like to use, I use like a little zesters, things like that. Probably not going to do that. I'm probably just going to cut this into quarters and then juice it in a sauce later. Is it squishy? No, I mean, only on the brown parts. So I think it would be okay. So we're going to do it. And if I get sick, I won't tell you guys because I'm a professional cook. That sound fair? Should be fine. I agree. Yes, fine, yes. Okay. About 30 seconds left on that. I don't know why I put you guys over there. This is starting to heat up. I'm just going to wait 30 seconds for the green beans to finish. And then we'll take a look at it, and then I'll start working on the chicken. Because sometimes multitasking while cooking, man, is when I start messing up too much. Especially when I'm streaming, too. So, yeah. I don't know. So, anyways, what was I talking about before? The Game Awards are coming up on Thursday. Oh, that's the green beans. All right. Let's take a look. Look at that. What do we think? I'm going to put it up here for a second. And then we're going to bring it way back up like this. That. So we don't want these too hard. But we don't want them undercooked either, So I'm just going to take a little forkety fork and just kind of... Actually, I think these are in a pretty decent spot, actually. Very nice. Very nice green beans. Very nice. Yes. Very nice. We're going to keep those out then. I think those are done. All right, so that's the green beans. Let's talk about chicken, shall we? The main deal here. So, start with putting a little olive oil. I've run into the issue before where I don't use enough oil in my pan, and I'm starting to learn that I just need to send it with the oil sometimes. I would do like a little bit and literally just one little coat on the top, just as minimal. And now I'm like, screw it. We're making a puddle. We're making a pond inside this thing with oil. So, yeah. There's that. And then we're going to throw our chicken in. Wait, you guys are looking at the ceiling. This is like the main event. Are you guys ready for the Sizzle McSizzleton? Sizzle McSizzleton in 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Oh, here we go. We're off to the races. We kind of move the oil around. And let it rock for about 5 minutes on that side, and then we're going to check on the other side. How's our rice looking? Maybe we should look at our rice. Here's our rice. I don't think it's quite ready yet. Not that you guys can really tell that much, but I don't think the rice is ready yet. Okay, we'll let the chicken go. And we're basically just going to do this chicken for about 5 minutes. I'm going to set a timer. Then we're going to flip it over, and then we'll have to use that same pan to make our little sauce. And then we got our chicken and rice and green beans, and then we're done. So yeah, that's where we're at. What's the deal with that penguin? Oh, this penguin? I don't know. It's my little cooking assistant. Six, 7. All right. I hope this thing doesn't turn off. I can feel my phone getting hot. Like I said, the last stream that I did, my phone or the stream just randomly turned off, which was really annoying. But how's the quality so far? Probably better than the last ones. Are those beads? They might be. I mean, yes, they are on like some wire. Yeah. I think it probably came from Brazil. Probably. Quality is good. Cool. Very nice. Yes, very nice. Oh, that's nifty. Yep. Old Nifterine. So yeah. Game Awards Thursday. Expedition 33 is going to sweep it. I think Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 deserves some recognition as well for Best RPG. I don't think what else. I feel like I don't play enough variety of games. People talk a lot about Hades 2. No idea what that game's about or really how it plays. I saw Path of Exile 2 is adding like a druid class, which was their promo for it, made the game look really cool to me. So potentially something to check out. What are you playing right now? Playing mainly World of Warcraft. Yeah, pretty much World of Warcraft. Some Anno 117. It's like a strategy game that was released. And yeah, playing WoW. Because my goal basically is WoW Classic takes me into the Burning Crusade, that anniversary that comes out, I think, in like January, February. Try and play that and do all the raids before March 6th, which is when Midnight Retail releases. And I want to jump on the Midnight Retail train because they're getting rid of add-ons. And I don't know, I haven't played retail in a while, and I'm really excited to do that and see what's up over there. And plus the graphics and animations in retail always look really cool and more like dopamine inducing. So that's sort of my plans, is basically WoW and cooking streams. Yeah, if you're here for the cooking streams, you should check out the WoW streams. But I haven't really, I've done like one WoW stream, but I'm hoping to do more of them. Thoughts on Classic Plus? I mean, I hope they make a Classic Plus. I think having some sort of similar system to what OSRS does, where people can turn or vote in polls on different things. I'm going to flip this chicken. Having a little bit more community input on it. Because what I want in a WoW game is striking a balance between retail and, classic. Because classic, the leveling experience is part of the game, and it's something people kind of enjoy about classic, is the pace, almost the simplicity of it, and leveling means something. Whereas in retail, leveling means nothing, and the whole game is really just endgame. And I don't necessarily like that. I like to be able to play and learn my character and be involved. But with retail, it feels like I'm not involved. Maybe that's going to be a change when Midnight releases. I don't know. Hold on, let's check out this rice. So this rice, and this is where we start hitting the sticky wicket with rice, of knowing when is enough enough. I kind of feel like enough is enough for this boy. How will I test it, you say? I will release the lid and grab a fork and just see. Maybe, if I can't. Don't know if I can bring you guys along to look at this, but anyways, I don't know if you're even seeing it. Alright, the rice is not in a terrible spot. The underneath, you know what? I think the rice is done. It's underneath a little bit. It's got a great storyline and everything, huh? Yeah. Toontown shout out. As a matter of fact, I actually been messing around with some playing cards, and I found some old Toontown playing cards. They're really not worth much. Let me grab them. Okay. This is my Toontown card reveals. King Crab. Next up, this one. Great moments in Toontown. You can't read it. Billy Budd's first annual fishing tournament. I have the card for that. Next card. Samantha Spade. And it gives her a little bio. And then my last card is the safe drop gag. So yeah, part of me is like, are these going to be worth something someday? Maybe. So I'm just keeping them. Be right back. Otherwise, if you have your old Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I would be looking at those too, because you had a Blue Eyes White Dragon, I think. somebody I know had a Blue Eyes White Dragon. And that is actually kind of worth something depending on what quality it's in. But I was going through my old Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I have a Blue Eyes Toon Dragon first edition. And if it was a PSA 10 or 9, it's worth like a couple $100. The one I have is not a PSA 9 or 10, but it might be worth like 50. But I would go through your old Yu-Gi-Oh cards and like see if you got anything cooking there. Oh, for sure, dude. Cause I just found some at my parents' house. And I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen these in forever. You're trying to get back into football cards? Nice. I have some old, I found a Nebraska baseball card for Alex Rodriguez's junior year. So like maybe it'll be worth something someday. I don't know. He was like a good baseball player. All right, I think this chicken might be about ready. Not too shabby. And now me being the OCD freak that I am, I use a meat thermometer. Just to see where we're at. For poultry, it says you want to have about 165, which we are meeting pretty easily. So I'm going to take that off. Do that. And then I'm actually going to need to put this chicken aside. I'm a little bored here. That there. And then we're going to end up washing out this pan because we're going to make a little sauce. Hear that sizzle? Sizzling, tizzling. Woo, woo. Hold on, I'm coming. I'm just wiping out this pan real quick. Okay. We have a nice little cleaned out pan there. Gotta go, man. Football looking good. Take it easy. All right, you take it easy too, Frankenstein. Catch you in the next one. So yes, finish the rest of the chicken. We're to make the sauce. We're gonna heat a drizzle of oil in the same pan that we used over low heat, if I'm correct. Over low heat, yeah. So take this and bump it down to a, I don't know, what do we call low heat? A 2. Why not? And I need to find my olive oil. There we go. Get the bottom covered. And then we're going to add garlic, our sweet soy glaze, and a 1/4 cup of water. So let me prep my water real quick. Or we can do this all at once. Okay. quarter cup of water. Got our sweet soy glaze, garlic. Good chewy. Here we go. Okay, we're gonna put a little garlic in here. It says 2 cloves worth of garlic. Add garlic and cook. All right. Do we think this is 2 cloves worth? Is now. A little more. We're garlic fanatics over here. We like our garlic. Okay. Maybe 2 is too low. Do we think 2 is too low? I kind of feel like 2 is too low. I feel like this should be doing more than what it's doing now. How we doing, chat? Are you doing good? Our FPS is down to like 20. Which kind of blows. It's just like my phone, I think, just gets hot. Not sure how to fix that moving forward. But I think it's a little bit better quality than last time. And the stream hasn't just randomly turned off like it did last time. So we'll wait for that garlic to kind of heat up. Maybe I should turn up the heat. Turn up the heat. I'm going to cut this lime into quarters. We're going to end up juicing this into our little sauce that we're making. And then once we do the sauce, we can decorate our food. I really want this to cook. I don't know. I'm supposed to cook the garlic until it's fragrant, but it's not yet. The garlic is just there. It is turned on though. Oh, it's starting to do something a little bit. I don't know if you guys can tell in the image. And after the chicken, then the leftover chicken remnants get burned in there, and that's when my fire alarm goes off. And that would be embarrassing. All right, I can start smelling it a little bit. Starting a little fragrance up in this biz. And then we're going to do the sweet soy glaze in a 1/4 cup of water. Cook, stirring occasionally. And a squeeze of lime juice. So, what did I just say? Our sweet soy glaze. Okay, I think the garlic's sitting in a decent spot now. Yeah. Here's our sweet soy glaze. So I'm gonna give it an extra second here. Oh yes, oh yes. The smell is wafting into my nostrils. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Your eyes ready for a countdown? 3, 2, 1. Look at that. Look at that. All that sweet soy glaze. And then we need to add a little bit of water. Like that. And just cook it. Stirring occasionally. I feel like I put too much olive oil in here. Okay. We're going to let that go for a hot minute here. It says cook stirring occasionally until slightly reduced for 1 to 2 minutes. It's bubbling a little bit. Bubbling a little bit. Are we still on? We are still on. Thank goodness. We're so close. We're so close. My FPS is dying. My phone is like a freaking hot. But we're getting there. Anyways, yeah, so Classic WoW, what I've been doing, and then I'm gonna be doing. My plan is to hit max level in Classic WoW by January, like early January, ideally. But I'm gonna need to start pushing pretty soon. I'm only like 32 right now, and I need to kind of start pushing a little bit. And then Burning Crusade, I think, is going to come out January-ish. My plan is to kind of do Burning Crusade, get to max level, do the raids that I can before Midnight drops on March 6th. Then I want to move into Midnight and play that from leveling from level 1 to max level, which I don't think in retail leveling is like insta, so I should be able to get it done in like a day. Or like if I put down 4 hours or something, I think I can get to max level quickly. I think. And plus it kind of takes you through the storyline, is what they're saying, is that they're kind of making it more like story driven linear progression in the leveling process. And less like in Classic, there is no story. You're just kind of questing and doing a bunch. Everything's a side quest essentially. But with Midnight, I think it's going to be like basically take you from beginning to end max level and kind of give you a whole story idea. And then, then you do the raids and stuff at max level that kind of finish off the story of Midnight. So, those are my gaming plans a little bit. And then, those are the things that I hope to be doing more on stream. I'm going to be playing games off stream as well. I don't know if I'll stream them or not. My gut is to say not stream them. But only time will tell. We will see. We will see. I think I put way too much olive oil in here. This is kind of getting crazy. This sauce is a little bonkers here. Little bonker bonanzas. It says 1 to 2 minutes, which has been past that until it's reduced, which it's reducing. I don't know if it's reduced enough though. You know what? I'm going to say that it is. And we got to move on to the next step. The lime juice. Right? Add a big squeeze of lime juice. One little lime juicer. Two lime juicers. Little juicers for the old saucerine. All right, okay, now I'm starting to think this sauce is starting to shape up. It's starting to shape up a little bit. Let that rock. Now, what we're going to end up, I'm going to let that sit for a second. I'm going to bring you guys over here. We need to, what's going to be the best way to do this? We're going to have to slice this chicken crosswise. Si, senor? Top of green beans. I think I know what I want to do. Okay. We're going to do a little like chicken strips here. Honestly, I really like how this chicken turned out. I like it when there's like kind of a golden upper skin. But the internal is just like a good white. It's like exactly how I want it. I think this chicken turned out pretty okay. This chicken here. Gonna do another strip situation like this. Ooh, this one's juicy. Yeah, this chicken's juicy. This chicken looks good. It looks so good. Don't cut yourself. If I bleed on it, that scraps the whole meal. Okay. Not too shabby. And then we're going to be using bowls for this. Let me bring you over here. And let me turn off this sauce. And then see how much higher I can get you guys up. We're still live, right? Yes, it looks like we are. I better not see a cut off stream later. I'll be pissed. Okay. I don't think I can make this taller. No way.
I'm not making it taller. Not as tall as I want it to be, man. Not as tall as I want it to be.
Okay. We're gonna take a little rice. Look at that rice. That rice is pretty decent. Look at that rice. Look at that rice. Am I rice? But you know what we did forget? I didn't put any seasoning in the rice. So this is just pure. I'm gonna add a little bit in post here. A little pepper, kachancha, and then we're gonna put. I'm just gonna make one here. What happens is we put this chicken here, and we put it in like so. God, if only I could get you a better angle on this. Maybe I can. Maybe not. Screw it. That's the top of the bowl. Excellent, excellent. And then we take our sauce. What is that sauce? I need to get a little spoon for this. Oh shit. Then we got a little sauce to put on there. A little soy sauce. You guys even seeing that? You kind of. A little chicken with some soy sauce in it. And our green beans, of course. A horse. I need some tongs. And how this works. So I take some green beans, and we just kind of do something like this. Sure. Why the heck not? Am I right? Am I right? Okay. And there's our finished product. And that is the sweet soy chicken and rice bowl. Yep. That's it right there. I'm going to set up another bowl. Took a little bit of our rice. And really just the rest of our rice. Do that. Then I gotta put a little seasoning because I didn't put it when I was making the rice. Stir it around. And then green beans first this time. We're doing green beans first. You get two styles. You could do chicken as the second layer with green beans on top. Or we do as the picture says and put rice, green beans, and then chicken. There's a lot of green. Yeah, it's fine. That. And then finally, not finally, we have to do this chicken. Oops, one chicken fell in. Line it up like that. So far, so good. And then we take some of our sauce, which probably doesn't look as appetizing in this little pan, but trust me, it's all right. I think my only concern with the sauce is it's going to be too olive oily. It smells okay. It doesn't smell super like it smells all right. So we might be okay. Just gonna kind of finish off the sauce with this. Our little sweet soy sauce and garlic. I'm also going to put a little more sauce in here on top of the green beans in the other bowl. Sweet! And there we go. That is the finished product. The sweet soy chicken and rice bowl. Maybe I should hold it up and just show it to you that way now that they're all done. This is the... Oh, no way. Oh, that completely wrecked the peel here. But our sweet soy chicken and rice bowl with green beans. What do we think? This one or this one? Here's our two bowls. And that is dinner, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Frankenstein, thanks for stopping by and chatting with me. Much appreciated. Gives me something to do while I'm doing this thing. I'm going to be streaming my cooking most weekdays, I think. 4 days a week, most weekdays, probably around 3:30-ish Central Time. It's probably what I'm going to be doing my cooking streams. I want to get some gaming streams up as well. And it's going to probably be WoW. Kind of lost you there for a second. But thank you for tuning in. Have a Merry Christmas. And I will see you tomorrow. If you haven't, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And drop a follow on Twitch. And sayonara.